Blessed eclipse energy to you all. Who's ready for a massive shift? There is so much intensity in the astrology, and it's really, really speaking to me about being in the space where you're meant to be and being around the people that light you up, your heart, your tribe, what feels really good. The North Node and Venus are making their conjunction. And the North Node is a destiny point. It's, opposite the South Node in Sagittarius, which is like illusory beliefs from a long time ago that need to be shed. And we're stepping into such massive energy. We're going to be rolling into Cancer soon. And Cancer is about nurturance and setting yourself up in the right space, like the right internal environment, because all that's coming up. The Saturn, Pluto, Jupiter conjunction we had in Capricorn recently was speaking to, are you getting ready for the next 30 years of your life, the decades that are coming in, where everything's going to be solidified, the framework coming in, expansion of Jupiter, Pluto bringing up the shadows and the things that need to be released that don't work for you anymore, and Capricorn having this structure of Saturn in its own sign. It's been in Aquarius, now it's retrograding back into Capricorn. So are you really in the right space? And Capricorn can have a lot to do with you being in a space that you think society expects of you. It's very detail-oriented and hardworking, doing the right thing because it's expected of you, not really what your heart. So here we go into the opposite of Cancer. The nodes had been in Cancer and Capricorn for the past 18 months, and on May 5th, they moved into Gemini and Sagittarius, which is where we're having this eclipse energy tomorrow. And I just want to show you like the beauty of where I am right now. It's just so amazing. So yeah, for me, even though I don't feel that I'll be anchored here fully, because I don't really want to be anchored here fully, but this is home base for me. Mt Shasta is definitely a home base, and it does light my heart up, and my tribe is here. And I've gotten the lessons over the past 18 months and more than that. I've always been doing what my heart's called to me. I've never gone against myself. I am able to feel my feelings and internally know what I want and not do what the status quo thinks I should do. So for me, like this eclipse, yeah, I feel really good. Like there are things that are coming because it's hitting my natal Venus, and that's in the 8th house of Scorpio, or other people. Something massive coming on, like the sun and the moon. Actually, it's the moon and Venus were right on my sun early Friday morning, of like 1-something in the morning, and I had a really, really deep dream, very intimate, very intense, and it was right at that placement. So yeah, there's something happening for sure, but none of us really know what's going to unfold, and that's the excitement of it, and I feel really good about that. I'm like, I'm in the right spot, I feel very grounded, stress is released after stepping away from the parental care for a bit, and yeah, so where are you at? Where are the eclipses falling for you? This eclipse in Sagittarius, so look in where is Sagittarius falling in your natal chart. For me, it's the 2nd house, which would be ruled by Taurus. Naturally, that's self-value, how I value myself, my personal things. The grounding, the Venusian, the beautiful, aesthetic, pleasing things, flowers, sitting here in nature, right, enjoying all this. This is the opposite of Scorpio, the water, but like, again, look at that. And my dog, she's just so happy to be here. So happy to be here. And, are you truly in the right spot with the right people? And following your true heart, really, the true heart, you can't really know what the truth is until you remove the layers of the subconscious stuff that you've held on for a long time. And the workshop that I was going to do in Amsterdam on May 22nd on the new moon then didn't happen because of the global lockdown, but that was with a lot of the attachment styles. So that's how you know, like, your true heart. You have to work through the shadows, and the attachment style comes into play when you're a child, usually between like 0 and 7 years old. From your needs not getting met fully by your parents, which, I've talked about it before, they can't meet all your needs, but it does set you up to become either a secure attachment style where your needs are being met, right? So then you'd be somebody who would grow up to really be in tune with yourself, to know how you feel. But if your needs weren't met, you could be a few other things. So insecure attachment, where you're nervous, be more anxious, wondering when your needs are going to get met because it's incongruency with both caregivers. Dismissive avoidant, where you had to very early on be the kind of person, and as a child, to realize that some of your needs were getting met, but mostly the emotional ones weren't, and so you had to take care of yourself. You had to become seriously independent. And over the years, that came into play in your other relationships where, well, I take care of myself, so you take care of yourself. And that doesn't work well, especially in intimate partnerships, because you can't expect the other person to fully take care of their needs. That's why you're in a partnership, to meet each other's needs. And of course, be interdependent, not independent fully, because then you'll never have a true partnership. And then we have the fearful avoidant who comes in and out hot and cold because their needs weren't met in a specific way either. So getting down to, like, we're going into Cancer, to feeling what's really going on internally. You can't do that if you have layers of stuff there, and that's where Pluto comes in to, like, shed those layers. So I'm excited to do the workshop next year. There was a reason why everything kind of got halted, and that's okay. It's just going to be even more juicy when it comes online next year. So I'm excited about that. And so for this eclipse, look to see what house Sagittarius falls in, and the opposite is Gemini. That's where our North Node is now, and the South Node's in Sag. And the eclipse is on the South Node, so it's releasing things that aren't working. So can you honestly say your true heart is being fulfilled? Like, if you can, that's great. You're in for a great, beautiful surprise. As I said, nobody really knows what's going to unfold. But for those of you who are not living your authentic truth because there's so many layers still there, maybe you don't even realize they're there, but if part of you knows you should be going a different way, but the old shadows are holding you in place, I think there'll be a smackdown with these eclipses, and probably this one coming tomorrow, But that's on you if you haven't done your inner work. And meditation is great for that as well, but also meditating when you have a sacred marriage of head and heart, not just being in a headspace. That doesn't do any good. Meditation really is about going in and tapping into your inner world to remove the stuff that's not working, not just getting all heady and, like, in your crown chakra. It's not how real spirituality works, to, like, get to the essence of who you are, which is God, source, goddess, creator, whatever you want to call it, and that's love. That's not an energy that's got walls built around it and only gives partly of itself. It gives fully, unconditionally. So as we head towards Cancer and this massive eclipse that's coming up, I hope that you are able to shed everything that needs to be removed so that you can propel forward in your highest form. I'm sending you so much love from the sacredness of Mt Shasta, California, and I wish you all a blessed, blessed solar eclipse.